Hi, my name is Ethan Hall, and this is Rime and Rust. Set in a post-apocalyptic ice age, this game sees the player gather what few resources remain, build up their base, and explore the world in search of the cause of the apocalypse. In this video, I'll go over the early game, which consists of gathering resources, building up the base, and unlocking the ability to explore the world. Resource gathering and base building are kind of the through lines of the game, but they are focused on the most at the beginning. First, I'll turn up the game speed to the highest setting. Rime and Rust isn't totally finished yet, so there are some debug options left. The gameplay is pretty much done, but the story hasn't been implemented yet. Next, we'll look over here at the default sled. We can see that it allows us to craft a new one, the scavenger sled, and we can hover over the crafting button to see the recipe. Of course, we've just started the game, so we don't have any resources to buy it with yet. There's nothing on this screen that lets us generate resources without a cost, so we go over to the sled screen, and as we can see, the default sled appears here as well. If we hover over it, we can see a button which will allow us to get some resources when clicked, and just in the interest of time, I'm going to use an auto clicker to generate a bunch of resources that will carry us through the rest of this little demo. Alrighty, that should be enough. And alright, with that, we can go back to the caravan screen and we'll buy our new sled, which, as we can see, unlocks even more recipes and also appears back here in the sled's screen. Now this is an event. The event is triggered by the fact that buying more sleds, adding sleds to the caravan, increases the maximum capacity of the caravan. So it can hold more survivors now. This event just tells us that we've gotten a new addition to the caravan. And the speed is turned up so high that we'll probably get quite a few events in pretty quick succession throughout this demo. Let's see, get back to my spot here. So this is the new scavenger sled, and this is how sleds usually work. The default sled is kind of the exception to the rule. So here we can see I can assign my workers, and plus 15 junk, plus 9 scrap, plus 3 wood. This sled generates resources passively. On this setting, it goes about once per second. So yeah, we'll go back to the caravan screen, and let's see if we can buy the workshop sled, which, no, we cannot, because we don't have enough sled dogs. Sled dogs are a unique resource, so they aren't expended, but instead you just have to have a certain amount of them to unlock the ability to purchase more sleds. So we're going to buy a few here, up to 7, that should be enough, and we'll buy our new workshop sled. The forge sled that our new workshop lets us craft is the one that's most important for progression, so I'm going to go ahead and buy that one. And similarly, the reinforced sled is the item that unlocks exploration. But we can see here that it requires kind of a unique item, the psychium scrap, which is not available here. So we'll go over here, go over to the sled section, and sure enough, this one produces psychium scrap for 50 scrap per 1 piece. So I'm kind of hemorrhaging scrap at this point. And that's kind of like the idea behind this whole section, is that you're trying to strategically allot your survivors so that, like, this minus 50 is offset. So you're not actually, like, running out of any resources, and you can kind of just let this go in the background and generate you your stuff. It would take a little too much time to actually set it up to that. I would need more scavenger sleds. I would need more survivors, and we don't need to wait for all of that. I think you probably get the idea. So yeah, with that, we have some Psychium scrap. Reinforced sled, we'll buy that, and as you can see, we have a new tab, and we can explore the world now. And that's what I'll cover in the next video. So, thank you for watching, and have a good one.